Hello, you are watching eNEWS Bulletin of IPR Department with me, Chiring Eden. Let's look at some of the news making headlines this week. According to the latest update on COVID-19 cases in Sikkim provided by the State Health Department, 287 positive cases were reported by the end of the day on Thursday. 119 are from East District, 46 from West, 96 from South and 26 from North Sikkim. The total number of active cases is now 4,040 and total recovered stands at 13,378. 1,43,955 tests have been conducted till date and 279 persons have died from the disease. Currently, 16 patients are admitted in the ICU of STNM Hospital and 7 are in the ICU of CRH Manipal. The state positivity rate is currently at 12.6% and recovery rate is 74.5%. 3 new COVID-related deaths have been reported in the last 24 hours. A 90-year-old female from Ranok was admitted on 9th of June at STNM Hospital and passed away Thursday morning. Similarly, a 45-year-old male from Namchi passed away Thursday morning due to COVID pneumonitis. The third death is that of a 72-year-old male from Tadong who was declared brought dead on 9th of June at STNM Hospital. A subdivisional level COVID-19 coordination committee for PAKYONG subdivision has been formed to facilitate and assist the constituency level COVID-19 task forces and most importantly to coordinate COVID-19 management in the subdivision. A meeting held on Thursday discussed ways to strengthen the mechanism for the effective enforcement of orders of government, coordinate the relief materials of government, provision of PPE kits and other logistics to Ashas, administrative support to PAKYONG PHC, provision of timber, logs and wood to Jalipul Cremation Center by Forest PAKYONG, case study on incidents of COVID-19 in the wards and overall targeted efforts to make GPU block and subdivision COVID-free. The meeting further emphasized on teamwork for better coordination in COVID management and effective implementation of law and order in the subdivision. The meeting chaired by ADC Development PAKYONG was attended by SDM MO in charge, BDO, SHO of PAKYONG and other officials from various line departments. Torrential rains for the past few days have triggered multiple landslides in different localities of Gangtok and West Sikkim, causing loss of life and fracturing road networks in the state. A 40-year-old lady was buried to death when a mudslide avalanched into her rented room in a building below TNHS's ground, SICHEY, on Tuesday evening. The other family members, tenants and house owners managed to escape when calamity struck in the evening. 4 families were staying as tenants in the building, which has suffered extensive damage due to the mudslide. A nearby house was also partially damaged. Chief Minister Prem Singh Tamang has expressed his deep condolences over the unfortunate death at SICHEY and announced ex gratia of Rs 5 lakh to next of kin and Rs 50,000 to the injured persons. Meanwhile, incessant heavy rains have sunk about 30 meters of the road stretch at Upper SICHEY near Tamangumpa on the road leading to East District Administrative Complex. The affected stretch has been sealed to allow restoration works and traffic has been diverted through alternative arterial roads. Meanwhile, the Mines and Geology Department has started the survey for the stability report in the area. Drains and natural stream water has been diverted as a precautionary measure. The Office of District Collector East has issued an order directing a few building owners residing in the high-risk area to evacuate and move to safer place till restoration work is completed, and few other residents have also been alerted. Similarly, YUKSOM-TASHIDING constituency of West Sikkim is facing the prospect of being completely cut off as landslides have fractured road networks at various places of the constituency. Multiple slides have been reported following intense rainfall of Tuesday evening, but fortunately no lives have been lost so far. Authorities have deployed restoration teams at the site. Considering the severity of the landslide, road restoration may take some time. As far as diversion of traffic in Gangtok is concerned, due to construction work at Shisha Golai, vehicular movement along NH10 has been diverted via Namnang Deorali stretch. For District Court Tamangumpa SICHEY area, one-way downward movement is allowed for light vehicles from Dew Point, Paljo Stadium Road to Tibetan Jora to DAC Fatak. No entry for vehicles from DAC Fatak towards Dew Point will be allowed. Again, one-way upward movement for light vehicles is allowed from Lower Arithang turning to Shere Punjab Hotel. No entry from Shere Punjab to Lower Arithang bypass turning will be allowed. India reported 91,702 new cases of COVID-19, the lowest single-day rise in infections in around 2 months, taking the infection tally to 2,92,74,823, according to the Union Health Ministry data updated this morning. This is the fourth day in a row when daily infections in India are below 1 lakh. The death toll from COVID-19 climbed to 3,63,079 with 3,403 new fatalities, while the number of active cases was recorded below 11.5 lakh. India's test positivity rate continues to decline. That is, positive cases identified for every 100 tests. It stands at 4.48%, the fourth straight day that is below the 5% mark. At the invitation of UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will participate in the outreach sessions of the G7 summit on June 12th and 13th in virtual format. The G7 comprises the US, UK, France, Germany, Italy, Canada and Japan. The UK currently holds the presidency of the G7 and has invited India, along with Australia, Republic of Korea and South Africa as guest countries for the summit. The meetings will be held in hybrid mode. The theme for the summit is Build Back Better, and the UK has outlined 4 priority areas for its presidency. These are leading the global recovery from coronavirus while strengthening resilience against future pandemics, promoting future prosperity by championing free and fair trade, tackling climate change and preserving the planet's biodiversity, and championing shared values and open societies. The leaders are expected to exchange views on the way forward for the world amid the pandemic, with focus on health and climate change. Since 2014, this is the second time PM Modi will be participating in a G7 meeting. As India faces a massive shortage of vaccines, Delhi will be watching the allocation announced by the US President very carefully. Last week, the US had said it will distribute vaccines to India as part of its strategy for global vaccine sharing, days after External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar met key officials in the administration in Washington, D.C. This means that India is likely to get vaccines from the US both directly as well as through COVAX. Initial estimates suggest India will get about 2 to 3 million vaccines in the first tranche. This is all we have for today. Please like and follow our Facebook page, that is the Government of Sikkim official page, for the most authentic news and information on recent developments in the government and the state. Please continue wearing masks and follow double masking outdoors. Wash your hands regularly and maintain physical distance as our fight against COVID-19 still continues. COVID-appropriate behavior needs to continue even after getting vaccinated. In case you develop symptoms, please self-isolate and get tested within 7 days. Thank you for tuning in.